Hi everyone. Yes, it's been a couple of weeks since I've done a video. As you can see, we're going to get interrupted a little bit by the birds next door. I just want to talk about something interesting that's happened to me recently and my ongoing medical journey discovery, which has been escalated. I've now been referred to a neurologist, as I've had an MRI and it showed some abnormality in my brain, which I already kind of had an inkling on due to some of the things that I've been experiencing. And I believe that my visits to the emergency room with my abdomen are actually related to this and not what originally was thought. So I just want to talk about dogs and medical situations. So before I had my MRI and before there was any conclusion on whether there was anything going on in my brain or not, we'd met up with one of my children, and she has a black Labrador, beautiful dog, but he's one of those ones that's like naughty. If it's mischievous, he'll be in it, doing something that he shouldn't be. So he's one of those dogs. So, and we haven't seen him for a long time, or we have, but like really briefly. So we went to their place, and if my daughter is in the room and anyone else is in the room, he'll come for a part, but he sits with her. That's he's her support, so he stays with her pretty much. So on this particular day, he came to me. He sat with me, had on my lap, just sitting with me, which, like I said, he's affectionate and he likes pats, but he's not a lap dog on most other people if she's in the room. So it was interesting, and I didn't pay any attention to it. I was just like, oh, he hasn't seen us for a while. But then when we left, the face that he pulled, like I couldn't I couldn't, even if I could draw it, it wouldn't be accurate reflection. He literally had the saddest face, and even they said that they'd never seen him that sad before. And this is a dog that's been, had to find different ways of living because, she's not had up until the last couple of months, she hasn't had her own place to live in. So he's either been looked after, or he's been in a home with other people that he doesn't really know. So he's had a lot going on even in his short life. So so for him to actually be sad, like, even I saw it and I was like, oh my goodness, like, I live, for those that have watched my videos, I live with a dog and two cats, and I've had dogs for most of my adult life, and I don't think I've ever seen a face like that on an animal, to be honest. So then I was like, this is interesting. So I do what I do with my ADHD autistic brain. Go do Google searching, can dogs sniff or sense particular issues? And it turns out they can. So cancers are something that dogs can pick up on, which I suppose does make a bit of sense because things do change biologically when, you have a cancer. But also with other diseases, and the one that I'm specifically looking at myself. So apparently it's a smell on the breath, which actually makes sense because my mouth has been it doesn't stink, it's just been quite dry, and I was told it's the medication, but now I'm not so sure. But yeah, apparently there's a smell with this particular disease, if I have it, still yet to be confirmed, that dogs can pick up. So I was like, okay. And then obviously you don't want to think that the MRI is going to prove you right, but it did. So I was like, wow, we absolutely don't deserve dogs or any animals, especially if they can indicate to us that we are going through something. And because I've been a very, very big, strong advocate for myself from such a young age, it's kind of nice to be backed up by, it might seem like it's an animal, but I'm actually going to cry because I can't actually explain that some other being is believing in what's occurring in my body, if that's the case, which I personally believe it is. And I've read a lot of things on the internet, social media, about dogs and even cats coming to the aid of their humans when they see them in danger. So I just thought I'd share that. And also, if you are dealing with doctors, keep pushing. The thing is, I've been very, very fortunate to have doctors that listen to me, and I have pushed, not pushed, but I have explained myself either through written emails to say, hey, this is what's going on. One of my recent things is I have days where I can't eat. I get a very, very tight band around my stomach. Actually hurts. It's actually quite, like, if it's not hurting, it's uncomfortable. And those days are really, really difficult to eat because I already feel like I've got food in there, even if I haven't eaten. So the littlest of mouthfuls just makes it feel even worse. So that's just one of the things that's been happening, and that's why I think that my first abdomen issues when I went into the emergency room are actually related more to this than what I ended up getting dealt with, which is polyps and fibroids, etc. So just, sometimes it is on us to do, like, you hear the term, you're a Google doctor. No, I know my body. I know its limitations. I know its abilities. And even when I got diagnosed with fibromyalgia, there were still things happening that didn't make sense. And yeah, so my tired is I understand my tired, but this was another level of tired and pain, as I said. And it all led to an event that happened in March this year, which then led to further examinations. And after seeing a couple of my doctors, them agreeing to an MRI. And I've also since confirmed that at least a couple of my doctors are actually talking to each other again, which is a huge positive because, you can be seeing multiple doctors and they're not communicating with each other or passing their notes on about what's going on. So, as I said, I've already sent them a thank you. I found an interesting article based on all of this. But yes, I have been referred to a neurologist. But guess what? That appointment's not until September. And what I'm used to and where I live, our healthcare system is actually pretty good. So to be waiting, almost 4 months for an appointment, is not something that I'm like. I mean, I've come a bit more used to it in the last couple of years, but it's not like going back, pre 2019, it wasn't a 4-month wait. Well, my belief is anyway. So it's going to be a fairly long journey, I think. Hopefully I'll know or have confirmation by the end of this year, but otherwise next year. And then obviously once everything's sorted and there's a formality to it, then there's treatment. So, and I'll also engage with a naturopath as well, to get some supplements as well. But yeah, so trust in your animals because they could be telling you things that you don't know or that you are unaware of. And they are truly truly, you know, we don't deserve their loyalty and their trust and their love at times. So treasure them, spoil them, treat them like princesses and princesses, because that's exactly what they are. And I hope you've had a good day, and I hope you get to enjoy some peace with your animals. Obviously, we've got a holiday coming up tomorrow, for those that have served. So, respect as always. And please subscribe. You don't know what I'm going to talk about. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. Subscribe and like and follow. And I'll talk to you soon. Thank you.